there with him, or the Zane is right there, and this little kid here, he had that crowd rolling last year at the racetrack. You guys remember that? I asked him. I said, "Who's your favorite? What number does your dad drive?" And he said 2. I said, "Well, 99, but 2 is close." And I said, "What's your dad's name?" He says, "Daddy." I said, yeah, that's a good answer.
Might I add, he does drive another guy that drives a Ford.
He is a Ford guy.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's true. Justin is a Ford guy. He's got that big Mercury Cougar out there.
That.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Justin.
See, that's something Shriners can't fix.
That's right. No matter how old you are.
That's awesome. But, Julia, thanks for your time. Enjoy the show
so
here,
much.
the Northwest Race Car Show.
Thank you.
It's good to see you guys, and we'll see you around at the racetrack.
Looking forward to the season. That was quite enlightening.
Yeah, absolutely. That is, in a short conversation, how much you can learn from somebody who's had the experience in a situation like that with that organization. I've learned a lot from Buzz. Learned a lot from
Thanks, Julia.
Learned a lot from the meeting that we went to, and to listen to her story and the experience, and it becomes a lot more. I don't want to say personal, but
it kind of does.
It does, but it becomes more real, and you get a real understanding from someone that's had the experience. That was a great conversation to back up everything we've talked about for Shriners. And I know that people are probably getting tired of hearing it, and you're going to hear a lot more of it all year long because we're behind this organization, and we're going to support the heck out of this group.
Absolutely, and you see what, we were sitting here with Buzz, and Julia walked by, and we all know Julia's story, but a lot of people don't.
Right.
And it's everyday people that we deal with, whether you're at the racetrack, at the grocery store. You got Shriners kids and Shriners patients all around you. It's raising awareness for what they do.
There are Shriners kids, future Shriners kids all around us that probably don't even know they can get the help.
Exactly.
You figure when you hear the word Shriners or any children's hospital's name, you start thinking severe cases.
Right.
Scoliosis was something I didn't even know Shriners did stuff. It helped, and to listen to her story, I knew the story, I didn't know the details, and I'm thinking, wow, she's been through a lot.
She has.
And it wasn't just the surgery that made a difference for her. It was the aftercare that really sounded like it was an important factor for her because
it was the whole package.
Yeah.
And what a great disposition she has on it, to come here and share that.
Well,
with us.
you look at Julia, and it's one of those things, and you guys can, for those that have never met her or have never talked to her, she's the tall blonde girl that's always got a smile on her face. I mean,
she's a riot.
She is.
She's fun.
It's cool to see that, it just makes it that much more real, even for me. I learned so much in that conversation that it just makes you want to do more for the Shriners. And
I didn't know she was a Shriners kid until yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I just sat here while you guys were talking with Julia. I was sitting here back here talking with her husband, Justin, and just hearing her story and talking with Justin about it, it's amazing how far she's come because of the help and the aftercare that the Shriners provided her.
Yeah. I think that is just as important as the surgery itself because, she talked about the medication. Here's how to properly use this, and here's how you do this, and how you don't do that. And so many people we know go through. I've known several people who have had surgeries that get hooked on that medication, and if it's not administered right or taken care of right, I mean, we all know somebody. I'm sure that the doctors hand pills out anymore like.
Oh, I can
candy.
attest to that.
Well, yeah, I mean, with your back issues, but you're one of the people that use them responsibly. I mean, we were out at...
the in-home care it takes after they kick her out of the hospital to go home saying,
right.
Okay, you're good enough to go home, but you're still not good enough to take care of yourself.
Well, and something she mentioned there, too, Buzz, was something that I know you are heavily involved with, and a lot of the money we raised last year went towards was the transportation fund.
Correct.
She talked about how her sister had to take her up there, and they had to put pillows in the car to position her just right. And now with what you've done and what we helped out with last year was with the transportation fund, I think we raised, what, $3,500?
$3,500. We did $3,500 for the transportation fund, and then we did $3,500 for an orthopedic easy chair.
See, and that would have been beneficial to her back then to get her there without, possible risk of injury to her back to make the situation worse after the surgery.
And that's part of the thing with the transportation fund. Liability insurance has gotten so out of whack that we used to take them up there on our, we'd have some Shriners stop by their house and take them up there. Well, now liability is so out of whack that we actually have. Well, like Justin drives for a medical transport outfit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So we actually have a medical transport. Here we are. Let's go to your doctor's appointment. So that's
awesome. It's all that stuff that's just it makes a difference to so many people, and it's the little stuff that I wouldn't even think about. I mean, I wouldn't think about a scoliosis patient needing pillows just to stay in one position to get there safely, and all that, every penny we raise going to that stuff is just I mean, we're glad to raise it.
And here's something we can talk about later on, but I got to say it before I forget about it, is maybe we could set up some sort of semi-professional filming and somewhat of a script maybe.
To document the victory
help,
visit.
And help Julia make a video that, like Buzz said, can be played in auditoriums
Sure.
and stuff. Maybe we could get something like that going to broaden awareness.
Well, I've
to
got some
begin
friends.
with,
I've
just
got
to
some friends in
begin
that
with.
industry that absolutely can help out with that.
Right
And
on.
They're good people, and I'll see if they can't donate their time and efforts. And
That would be
Absolutely.
cool.
that'd be awesome.
Every little bit helps.
Absolutely, it's just
We just got through doing a thing at the Lebanon Hospital called through Samaritan Health. It's called a baby bash, and once a year they have all these tables set up in a room, and it's diapers over here and prenatal care over here. Well, they invite us in to do the Shriners thing, and this year I think we had about 35 people stop by the table and were curious as to what was going on and needed some information and stuff like that. We used to do I forget what they call it, but anyway, now the doctors take care of it, and they already know what kid needs to go up there, so they just send them on up. And we don't have
That's
to deal
awesome.
with that too much anymore.
I've always say at parades, for example, seen the Shriners in their
That's
in their
where I know
cap-
the
in their
Shriners are,
caps,
in the go-karts.
and the go-karts, running around doing their little figure eights and
Right,
whatnot,
right.
which is always awesome. Oh, here come the Shriners!
Yep.
But never knew what Shriners really was.
Yep.
I mean,
all I knew about
I think
Shriners.
to this day the awareness needs to be made. Because
I agree 100%.
there's not enough advertising out there.
Up
for 'em.
until the last couple of years, working with Buzz out at the track, doing fundraisers and auctioning off door panels, the Shriners to me was, the funny hats
Yep.
and the go-karts, and it was just a children's hospital that nobody ever sees.
It's that way with
Right.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
I am excited to go to this deal and talk to the kids and see what this hospital is all about, because
Hey, we have the go-karts.
we do. But
Hey.
it's just, I've never seen the hospital. I've never
Look at the
seen
look on Buzz's face.
Yeah, he
I've
lit
never
up.
seen pictures of the hospital, so I'm looking forward to it just because it just makes it that much more solidified, and it makes it more of a real thing. When
Our
something we've never seen, it's just not that real.
Our
You know what I mean?
community is going to be educated by the time we're done.
And Moxie will, yes.
I hope
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
guys are doing a great job of getting the word out.
Well, and that's
Thanks,
what we're here
Buzz.
for. That's what Moxie Media Promotions is all about, whether it's helping fundraisers with Shriners or just promoting racing. We're honored. I'm literally
I'm honored.
to be a part of this.
Absolutely.
Now, is that yin and yang or what? We got Justin Evans, 6'4". we got Julia, 5'7". It's like,
So
Yin
he's
and yang.
6'4", and she's 5'7", and look at how tall she looks next to him.
yeah,
Yeah.
And look at Zane. He's 3 years old.
yeah,
stands
he's
right.
catching up.
Yeah, he's right
That
up there.
kid is going to be a monster. I think I heard that Oregon State was looking at a scholarship for him already for basketball.
There you go.
They ought
Yeah.
to be looking for a racing scholarship with
Well-
a Formula One team.
Well, look at the talent that he comes from. I mean,
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
so very cool deal. But you never know. Look at how straight she stands up now.
That is awesome.
And she just lifted
You
that.
would never
that-
know she
That
had
kid's a whole
back
lot more than
problems.
40 pounds, and she just picked him
yeah.
up like she was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
I love it. I think that the Shriners has done her well.
I think so.
Absolutely.
That's
Very
a good-looking
cool.
bunch right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great
it is.
family, and they stop in at Jetstream quite a bit and chit chat with us, and we always look
I
forward to
thought
the
Justin rented a space in the back or something. I mean, he's always over there.
I know, but that's cool because I've learned a little bit about her situation through him, and he's a stand-up dude, a
Oh,
good
he
guy,
is.
and
He is.
just a lot of fun to hang out with. I guarantee if you have one conversation with Justin, you're going to take two things out of it. You're going to take a lot of laughs, and you'll always remember that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about
absolutely.
He's a gentle
Yeah.
giant right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
he's got
it's true.
some stories.
that. Oh, jeez. Well, his family in the Northwest has got a long, long racing history going
Yeah.
back to his grandfather in the days of, the legends of Granny Earp and,
Oh, yeah. And
Dave
all the rest.
McCombs and the guys that started this whole thing really
Right.
with Claire Arnold and
Jordan
just-
Epperson.
Yes, Jordan Epperson, another big time name, and it's just cool to see. So it's a good
Yeah.
thing, and that right there is a testament to the Shriners and the beneficial aspect of what they do. And we're going to step on out here for
Right.
a little while. We'll bring another segment of Driver Live pretty soon, and it's going to be a fun day here as we wrap up things in the second half of the car show. As we kick off the 2017 racing season.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
It's a good
Hopefully
time.
we're
and
educating some people out there.
That's what we're trying to do. And
Yep.
we'll be back here in a couple hours. Who's our next Driver Live?
We don't know.
I thought we had Jim Schofield coming on, but he had an appointment. He had to step out, so we'll get that spot filled. And
We have plenty of racers around here. We're going to
we'll pick somebody.
Somebody interesting.
That's right. It'll be fun. We'll step out, and we'll be back in a couple hours with another Driver Live segment here from the Northwest Race Car Show.
Northwest Dirt News is a production of Moxie Media and Promotions, brought to you by our title sponsors, Crocker's Cars and Northwest Trucking Academy, in association with Jetstream Aqua Massage, Stumbling J Livestock, Swears Trucking, Tommy's Transmission, Rugged Radios, and you, the race fans. Don't forget, you can reach us 24/7 at nwdirtnews@yahoo.com.
That white flag's waving, my heart is racing. He thinks he's made it. This ain't Talladega. He don't see me coming. High to four is a move I'm making. He's about to learn to rub in his racing. I put my sweat and blood to these nuts and bolts. Yeah, I turn a wrench. It's the only way I can afford. Put it up again, tear it up again. It's the only way I'm ever gonna learn. It's all about one more lap, one more year, one more left turn.